I'm Toni, and this is Fred.
Hello, everyone.
My husband, my boo. And this is Chatting with the Pratchers. We're back at you. So, in this episode of Chatting with the Pratchers, we want to talk a little bit about childhood trauma.
Wow.
Well, we just call it childhood.
Childhood.
How about that?
That's all I can remember.
I mean, because some things that we're going to talk about, it's just plain old childhood to us. But we do want to be mindful of those of you who may be triggered by some information that we share. Just please, keep in mind, keep your therapist number handy. If we bring up any, don't laugh. If we bring up any, he's traumatized, y'all forgive him, y'all. That's just trauma. Trauma comes out in a lot of ways.
Oh my Lord.
So, but seriously, we're going to talk about some things that may be a little bit jarring for some of you because some children were really abused. But for kids who were born in the 70s and raised in the 80s and in the South, I can keep adding to that demographic. But some things are just childhood, okay?
Childhood, that's it.
Yes.
Like drinking out the water hose.
Wait, that was traumatic for you?
No, that's just childhood.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was just, All right. Well, I'm glad to know that. There was healing in the water. Okay. So, we're gonna let this fella kick it off. He's gonna tell us a little bit. Sir, come on with your testimony, please.
My testimony. Well, I'm gonna tell you about my childhood.
Okay.
I can remember one particular time that when I was growing up, we had went to the store, and my mom and my sister, we had gone to the grocery store, and in the grocery store, then they used to have a lot of toys, and they had what they call a toy aisle. That's what we called it, a toy aisle.
Okay.
And on this toy aisle, we would go and look at the toys, and I don't know how many of you guys remember parents saying this little script. When we get in this store, don't pick up nothing and don't ask for nothing.
Oh, well, my parents said don't look at nothing. Don't look at nothing.
Walk around with your eyes closed being blind.
No, but you understood. Don't look at nothing. Don't touch nothing. Don't ask for nothing. Okay, continue.
And so, I don't think that was this instance, but I knew the song and dance, right? So we went and looked on the toy aisle, and me and my sister found some rings, and we picked up the rings, and I looked at the ring. I said, "Oh, I like this ring." My sister said, "I like this ring." So we took the rings back to my mom, and so when we took the rings back to my mom, it's like, "Oh, Mom, can we have this ring?" And my mom said, "No, go put it back." And so I said, okay, and we started going back to the aisle, and the discussion between me and my sister was, we gonna keep our ring. Danger.
Okay, I can see where this is going.
Now, fortunately for my sister, she didn't keep her ring. She put her ring back. But I said, I'm gonna keep my ring.
Wait. So y'all said that you were both going to keep your rings, but she took hers back. So she flipped the script on you.
She took hers back. I put mine in my pocket.
Oh no!
And so we were riding home, and I was thinking, how am I going to get this ring into the house? And so at that particular time, we would have the windows down. It was summertime, and I believe we had air, but I think my mom was probably saving on gas, so we had the windows down. We was just riding with the windows down.
God's AC.
God's AC. And so while we was riding, I was like, man, how am I get this ring? And so when we pulled into the driveway, I threw the ring out of, at that point in time, she was driving in the driveway, so she's driving slow. So I had time to fling the ring out of the window. So I fling the ring out of the window, and my little dumb self.
No, wait, don't say that about yourself.
Yeah,
how old were you when this happened?
I can't remember exactly how old, but I probably was in between the age of 8 and 10 probably.
So we're talking about an 8 or 10-year-old brain.
Yeah.
Don't. That's okay. We see the wheels turning. We follow
them
you.
wheels was turning, and that was a little dummy. And this is the thing why I say that, because I didn't go and help with the groceries when I got out the car.
Oh, that's your
I ran straight to the ring.
That was your second biggest mistake, not helping with the groceries. And you're a young man too?
Man, I ran straight to the ring, and I picked the ring up off the ground. And I said, ooh, look what I found. And my mama said, you ain't found that ring on the ground. That's that ring that was in the store. You stole that ring out the store.
Oh.
And boy, my mother disciplined me.
Wait. She disciplined you?
Well, I'm gonna be honest, man. My mama whooped me. She told me up. She told my tail up. I got a whooping. And so she whooped me, and my uncle, he was there to plead my case. He was like, don't whoop him. And she said, no, I'm finna whoop him, cause if I don't whoop him, somebody else will. Either the police or somebody else gonna get him. And so that I can remember that time, of growing up.
Yeah.
So what we not gonna do is go to the store and steal these rings.
That's right. That was the message. That's the prevailing message. What you not gonna do?
What you not gonna do?
And I bet you didn't steal nothing else.
Not a nail, not a time.
I mean, that's the gift that keeps on giving right there.
Yep.
Well, that message prevailed.
Mm-hmm.
That is funny, but it is a story that is told over and over and over again, how our parents had to get us so that somebody else didn't have to get us later. That was the message.
Right.
They had to teach us a lesson. They wanted us to be prepared for life. I got one. Okay. So here's mine. So when I was a kid, and we lived with my grandparents, we had a huge backyard, and it was so big that they had it sectioned into like 3 parts.
Cool.
So the first part was the part where we had a jungle gym and a slide and swings. We had our own little wow. Yes, it was like that. Yeah, it was nice. So we had our own little play area, and then So in the second part, now y'all, this where it gets crazy. So the second part, we had a chicken coop and a hound dog coop connected. We had the clotheslines. That's where they would hang up the clothes and everything. We had a dryer, so I guess they just wanted fresh clothes, or maybe they kept it so maybe they had it before they got the dryer. I'm sure it was like that. Nevertheless, they had that section. Then they had the garden. Now the garden took up most of that backyard. I would say a good 90% of the backyard was garden.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I took my happy self back there when nobody else was back there. Oh, first of all, what you're not gonna do is go trampling through the garden. Okay, so none of the kids were allowed to go through the garden. Okay, you could not go to the garden without adult assistance. You had to be escorted by an adult.
Right.
Okay, you could not just be back there playing, because the fear was that we were going to trample the greens and just trample the vegetables. So we were not allowed to go in that part of the backyard.
Yeah, because kids not thinking about that. They're a little reckless or just playing.
Yeah,
around,
they had good reason.
Right.
So anyway, so I was back there, first of all, not supposed to be back there. And one of the hens had gotten out, because like I said, we had a chicken coop. So the hen had gotten out. I don't know why I did this, and y'all, please don't come for me, animal rights folks, in the comments. I got one of the hens. I took a clothesline that had detached from the rail.
Okay.
And I tied it around the hen's neck. And I'm going to stop right there, because there may be children listening or other vulnerable population members listening. Anyway, the chicken was about to get it. I was, by execution, by it was a hang a hen day. So
Oh, Lord Jesus.
that's what was about to happen. But Farmer Granddad showed up. Man, he showed up. I was so scared, y'all. Was shaking.
Hang a hen.
Hang a hen day. I was shaking. Listen, don't laugh at my pain.
I'm sorry.
He came, y'all, and he took his belt off like Zerg. He was like, whoosh, like whoops. I mean, before you knew it, the belt was off the pants, and he had me in one hand. Look, I'm doing it. It's traumatic, y'all. I can remember he had me like this. He had the belt like this, and he was, y'all. He whipped me so fast and so quick, and I urinated on myself.
Oh, no.
I soiled myself because I was so nervous that I got a whipping.
Oh, wow.
Because, I mean, I respected him and I loved him, and I was just so shocked the way he came in on me. He was quick, He was quick like that hen, but he was quicker.
That hen wasn't quick enough.
And he got me, because I think what it was, y'all was trying to pet the hen, but the hen wouldn't let me pet her, so, that was consequences and repercussions. But anyway, so he whipped me with his belt, and y'all, I soiled myself, and I was embarrassed. I was so embarrassed because I had been whipped, and then I had soiled myself. And then I had to tell my mama what I had done.
Oh no!
And so that was embarrassing because I didn't want to disappoint my mom and my grandmother.
I'm sorry, that's a funny story.
Pat my back.
I got real tears coming out my eyes.
That was so sad. I had to release it though. I had to release it.
That girl said, "Hang a hen day." Golly.
We don't do that anymore. We love animals. We love all animals. Okay. Yes. So yeah, that's my story. That's what happened. So what you're not gonna do is
hang a hen.
Hang a hen. There's no more hang a hen day.
Nope.
We don't do that. The only chicken we touch is fried, baked, broiled. Fricasseed. We don't touch live chickens.
Oh my Lord.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what you got for us? You got another one? Release it.
I think I have another one. I remember this one time. Now, there were certain instructions that you were given as a child.
What you're not gonna do is part of it.
I'm gonna get to here's what you're not gonna do. So one of those instructions was my mother told me if I'm going to leave out of the yard or the yard that I told her I was going to be in.
Okay, i.e. a neighbor's yard.
A neighbor's yard,
okay.
exactly. To come and let her know. And there were only a couple of yards that she knew that I was going to be in.
Okay.
Even if I wasn't, even if I wasn't in the backyard or the front yard. So I was going to be at the neighbor's house next door to either side of the house. And so we were in the neighbor's house, in the yard of the neighbor's house next door. And we were all of my little friends, neighborhood friends, we were outside playing. And we just having a little ball.
Good old time.
Yeah, good old time. And we were hot, and so they could do what they kind of wanted to.
Okay.
I was one of the ones who needed permission to do a thing. So they decided, let's go to the store.
Uh-oh.
Right? So let's go to the store. Now the store is up the street, but you had to cross the big street.
The main street.
The main street.
All right.
It had double lines. Now I could cross my immediate street to maybe go and get a basketball or something, or if somebody else was on the other side of the street, I could go over there and talk to them. But if I was going to cross the main street, number one, I had to let my mom know. Number two, I was going somewhere where I could physically get in trouble. Right? So I would have to let my mom know. So this is what it ended up in my brain. This is what I'm thinking. Now, if I go and ask my mama, I already know she gonna say no, because she ain't with me, and I already know she told me not to cross the main street. So I'm gonna just go ahead on and go. Hopefully, I can go up to the store
and get back
before she knows that I'm gone.
Cause she gonna be looking to see you.
Right.
Okay.
So they said, let's go to the store. And I didn't want to tell the others that I need to go and ask for permission.
Right.
I wanted to seem like I'm with the gang. I wanted to gallop with the gang, right?
Big boy. He's a big boy.
I'm a big boy. So they was like, yeah, let's go to the store and get something to drink. Okay, I want to go to the store and get something to drink. So I'm going to say, yeah, let's go. And I knew I wasn't supposed to leave that yard without telling my mom. And I was afraid that she was going to tell me no. Because if I got permission, then I was going to have to come and tell them, man, I can't go. My mom ain't going to let me go. And I didn't want to feel like that.
Yeah.
I didn't want them to feel like I got to get permission because they ain't asking their parents to go get permission. They just going to the store. So I wanted to just go to the store too. And like you said, I feel like I can. And so we trotting along. I'm walking. Get across the big street. And so I hear my name called.
Oh my gosh.
And everybody else hear my name called. So I hear my name, Fred. And one of our friends said, man, there's your mama calling. I was trying to ignore it. I'm trying my best to ignore it.
Oh Lord.
So he said, hey, ain't that your mama calling? Your mama calling you? I was like, yeah, she probably want me to do something in the house right quick. I said, man, y'all go head on. I'll catch up with y'all. I'll catch up with y'all. I'll be on in a minute. And so, man, y'all, I got in that house. She was standing outside watching just to see where I was, right? And so I come walking back, like trotting. I'm running back like, yeah, y'all go ahead on, man. I catch up with y'all. I'm gonna go run back and see what my mom wants. So I'm running to the house, and then I get to the house. She said, where you been? I told you don't cross that street without letting somebody know. Or, I was like, I was just going to the store. Going to the store. Boy, get your tail in this house.
Oh, y'all, let's take a moment. Let's just take a moment. Because we already know what happened.
I crossed that street without nobody knowing. Number one, I didn't let her know. That was number one. I didn't come and ask her. And that's probably the reason why she got me, because I didn't trust her enough to come and tell her what I was doing. So, of course, you know what happened. I got a whooping.
He got a whooping. WHOOPIN.
And here's what you not gonna do. You not gonna cross the street without coming and telling me.
Never, ever. Oh my God.
If you have a testimonial or something that has happened to you while you was a kid that you got in trouble for, go ahead and put it in the comments.
If you dare, put it in the comments.
If you're ready to share these childhood traumas or just childhood,
we're a community. Yes.
Put it in the chat.
Get your deliverance.
It might help somebody else.
Get your healing.
Put it in the comment section,
please. So it's on me again. It's my turn. Okay, so which one do I want to tell?
Good Lord.
Okay, so the one that I want to talk about is, I guess I was about 8. And we lived in an apartment complex, me and my family, and at the time there were five. My mom had 5 children, so it was me and my 4 siblings. Yeah. And me and my older brother. Now my older brother, he was a little risque. He was a little adventurous. He used to do stuff that he knew he would get in trouble for, but he would take the risk anyway. So it was raining, and in these apartments there was our whole unit, and then a sidewalk, and between our unit and the unit across from us there was a huge opening, grassy area that was supposed to be grass, but there was no grass. It was mud. It was dirt when, before the rain. Then when the rain came, it was mud. So there was a lot of mud, like this opening. It was just muddy. So it got very, very muddy. And for some reason, my brother and the neighbor across the way, who was about his age, they had a mud fight, y'all.
Oh, wow.
Well, let me take that back. We had a mud fight. I can tell y'all because it's over. I did participate in the mud fight. I participated. And y'all, my mom, she had left my brother in charge because he was old enough.
Okay.
So he, left him in charge. But anyway, we had very light colored walls, kind of like cream.
Okay.
Y'all, and the apartment was brand new when I tell you.
Y'all was in the house?
Well, the doors were open.
Oh.
I don't know why. The doors were open and mud balls stained the walls of the white wall. Oh my gosh, my mama was so hot when she came home. Y'all, we got a corporate whooping.
A corporate
whipping. Everybody got a spat. Everybody got not a slap, but everybody got whipped that night. Everybody did. And I learned something from that. What that taught me was, do not be a follower. Don't be a follower.
Don't gallop with the gang.
Because I didn't even hardly throw any mud balls. I wasn't very big, and the older people were, the one, my brother and the other guy, and then his sister was, I think he had a sister who was close to his age, but nevertheless, they were throwing the, mud balls. The majority of them, I couldn't even really gallop with the gang, as you said. So I got a whipping for something that I didn't even really get to enjoy. Mm-hmm. I was spectating more than I was throwing because I couldn't get out there to get mud balls. So anyway, it was terrible, y'all. But I learned not to be a follower, and I also learned that what you're not gonna do is be outside when your mom is not at home throwing mud balls. That's what you're not gonna do.
That was funny.
You got another one?
I have another one.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I actually have another one.
You got a lot of trauma. Go ahead. I'm sorry, a lot of childhood.
So I remember this one time, I think I was just a tad bit older.
Yeah.
I may have been around 14. Mm-hmm. I think I was either 14 or 15.
Okay.
And me and my granddad and my friend that stayed next door to me, we went to the grocery store.
Okay.
So, grocery store wasn't far from where we lived,
yes,
where we stayed. So we were at the grocery store, and I wanted to impress my friend that I could drive.
Oh.
I knew how to drive.
Okay.
Because I think at that time at 14, I may have taken already driver's ed.
Okay.
I got my license pretty early on.
Wow.
And so I was about 14 years old. And so when we got to the store, we stayed in the truck. My granddad like, y'all going in? I'm like, nah, we gonna stay in the truck. I had already calculated in my brain what I was gonna do.
Have mercy.
It's like, nah, we gonna stay in the truck. He was like, okay, I'll be right back. So I was gonna he left the keys in the truck with us. And so I was sitting in the truck. I said, yeah, man, I know how to drive real good, bro. And so what I did, I was gonna move the truck and just go around the parking lot and get back to the same spot. And unfortunately, my granddad had parked in a good parking space close towards the door, right? And so that's prime real estate. I'm not understanding that. So I crank up the truck. So I look around to see if any cars and stuff coming. So I said, yeah, I'm going to just drive. So I'm going to just drive around and come back. I left the parking space, pulled out, and came around. And when I came back around, y'all, somebody had got the parking space.
That quick snatched it up.
I was like, man, God, dog. Somebody took the space where I was at. And I was calling myself going to drive around real quick and get right back in the same spot. And that was going to be cool, you know. And so when I got back, I said, dog, somebody got our parking space. So at that point, I'm real sad. I'm not telling my friend, man, I'm sad.
Scared.
Man, I'm sad, scared, all of the above. Cause when I got around, I said, man, dog, somebody got our spot. So I drove around again, just tried to see if they were gonna move to give me my spot back. Man, they weren't giving me that spot back. Ooh. They had just gotten that spot, and so I had to find another parking spot on the same row. I tried to find on the same row.
To come out.
And so I got on this end, and so I'm intently looking at the door. Cause I need to see where my granddaddy coming out at.
And do what?
And let him know where I am. Cause this is cause he was gonna walk to the parking space and not see the truck. And that's what happened. He came out, he was looking for the truck. I'm blowing the horn. Oh. I said, pop out. Here we go down here. Man, he got to that truck.
Oh my God.
He said, "My for Christ."
Uh-oh.
What happened? What?
He said what?
He said, "My for Christ."
My for Christ. he was so mad he couldn't even speak
My
English.
for Christ.
Oh my gosh, you in trouble.
Man.
Ooh.
He said, "I thought somebody had stole the I thought somebody had kidnapped y'all."
Ooh.
Oh, he was upset. He was hot as fish grease.
Ooh.
Oh, he was boiling on. He couldn't even get his words right.
Ooh.
He said, "Boy, I don't know what I'm gonna do with you." He said, "When you get home, I'm gonna whoop you."
Ooh.
Man, when we got home,
I don't even want to hear the rest. I don't even want to. Now you gonna traumatize me.
When we got home, cause he was afraid.
I know.
He was scared. He actually thought somebody had took the truck and took us.
Yes.
So I got home. I got tore up. So here's what we not gonna do. Ooh. We not gonna move our granddaddy's truck when we at the.
You said it like it's the present.
When we not gonna move our granddaddy's truck when we are in the parking lot and he goes in there and can't get the same parking space. Here's what we not gonna do.
Whew, my gosh. My for Christ.
Listen, if you have a story to tell, please put it in the comments.
Please do.
Please put it in the comments.
You know, because what seems traumatic for you may be this ain't gonna sound right, but it may be a good laugh for someone.
Somebody else.
But not only that, but it may bless you. It may be a good laugh even for you.
Yeah.
Because you will find out that you weren't the only ones.
Right.
You weren't the only ones. You weren't so abused like maybe you thought you were.
Exactly.
It was just
childhood.
It was just childhood experiences.
Right.
Where we know all about ACEs and all that,
and
with
look,
adverse childhood experiences.
Right.
And we're not here to really make light of those things. We're just here to shed a little bit of light and laughter over some of our experiences, because we share similar experiences, and the more we talk about them, the more we learn that.
You know, in a couple of years, some of your kids gonna be sharing childhood traumas with others as well, and they're gonna be saying, "My mama took my phone from me for 2 days."
Yep.
They ain't gonna know what it's like to be without that phone or without that computer in their room.
You're right.
They gonna be saying, "Man, my mama, she took my phone, she took my laptop, she took my computer,
she took my tablet."
All of that good stuff. I remember when. Can you imagine not being without your phone for 2 days? Not being able to contact somebody? Civilization has disappeared.
Oh my God! Yep. That's how they act now. That's how they act.
So what would be for us just like, man, go outside and play. Now those things are over with. So, you know, childhood.
Seems like it anyway.
We talk about childhood trauma, but those things are etched in our brains. But it did make a better us.
Yep, it sure did.
It made a better me. I know I can say. So here's what we're not going to do.
Right.
We're not going to diminish or micro or push down those things that have, you know, really propelled us into some good things that we can see. And now that those times have
Law-abiding citizens.
Yeah.
You know, we respect all animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't harm animals anymore.
Right.
You know.
Right. We're
So
not stealing stuff.
exactly.
Taking stuff out of
Exactly.
other establishments that's not ours. You know,
That's
not
right.
not being conniving and trying to get over on somebody.
And we don't decorate with mud balls. we just don't do that, you know. So, and we don't, and we're not followers.
That's right.
So, some of these things really help to shape and make better people, better citizens, better men and women. So
what should the people do with all of this? They should do what?
well, they should share. They should comment.
Yes.
They should subscribe.
Please do.
And please like.
Yes.
And also hit that little bell thing at the bottom. There it is right there.
Ding.
You got it. You got it. Hit that bell so that you can see more and more and more Pratcher videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. And well, you know, we'll be around and we're with you. We're all a part of this great community. And in the meantime.
And in between time, what you not gonna do?
What you're not going to do is stop watching Chatting with the Pratchers.
We'll see you next time.
We love y'all. Bye.
The song entitled Not Gon Do, featured in this video, was performed by Andy Mineo featuring Joseph Solomon. Chatting with the Pratchers does not own the copyrights to this song. To the artists, we love and support your message. Please don't sue us for using your awesome song. Chatting with the Pratchers and all members and associated parties offer love and respect to our parents and caregivers for the life lessons taught and the whoopings we incurred as a result of our actions. The Pratchers and associated members respect all wildlife, including barnyard animals, specifically chickens and hens. The Pratchers do not support the torture and or cruel demise of any animal. Seriously, folks, the Pratchers and associated parties recognize that some viewers may have experienced personal trauma as children and may have been emotionally triggered by certain details shared in this video. We respect your pain. If emotional trigger occurred while viewing this video, the Pratchers support the use of therapeutic measures that include sharing traumatic incidents with trained professionals such as therapists, clergy, counselors, or even trusted friends. Please resist numbing the pain. You are loved by God. You are important. Most deaf.